right, so put us on mute. And then just find a comfortable place to nestle in, whatever that looks like for you. You might close your eyes, maybe have a soft gaze. Inviting yourself to the practice, inviting yourself into your body. I'm just going to start with a little meditation, really on grounding, on impermanence. So we'll begin it with grounding. Just gently moving your attention to a place where you feel most rooted right now, with the ground, with the earth, wherever that is for you. Might be the bottom of your feet, might be where your body rests right now, on the earth, on a cushion. Just taking that moment to rest your attention there. Feeling the rootedness, feeling the ground, the floor. Feeling what's holding you here. Holding your weight. And then we'll gently move our attention to our breath. And I invite you to just take a relaxed breath, feeling the in and feeling the out. Feeling this breath perhaps like a wave, of breath in, and the wave as it moves out with your breath, just noticing that. And just like the quality of a wave, it's washing over you, it's washing through you. We're not going to control anything. Just noticing that breath as it flows in and flows out. And just like a wave, no two breaths are the same. Just like every moment, no two moments are the same. And letting this breath really be a reminder of that impermanence. As you breathe in, you might gently say to yourself this breath. As you breathe out, maybe saying letting go or soften. release, whatever word really resonates for you. And as you take in that next breath, you might even imagine feeling just a soaking in, a soaking up, nutrients. And then again, that letting go, that release. So picturing that wave rushing through us, flowing over us, soaking it in. Watching it roll away. And you're taking one more cycle in that imagery, whatever sensations that brings up. And then from that, we'll kind of transition back to that rootedness. Finding again in your body what feels grounded, what feels solid. And then as you notice that, feeling that breath flow through you. So feeling the earth and feeling the breath. Beautiful. And I just want to add on to our breathing, our pranayama. There's so many studies out there on nose breathing, the importance of it, the different things that it can affect in our lives, those with asthma, emphysema, snoring, sleep apnea, our heart rate, our blood pressure. It's said that the two canals, the two passages that's what was made for breathing. The mouth was just a backup. And so many of us don't release the air, and we actually shorten our lung capacity by not bringing that awareness there. So on the next in-breath, just filling up gently without pushing any borders, but filling up, breathing in through the nose as long as the nose allows. Of course, you may have a cold or something. And then on the out breath, releasing it all, taking it a little bit slowly, feeling the diaphragm rise, pressing all the air out. Letting it turn over into that in-breath. And then releasing all the air. Let's just continue that, breathing in through the nose, bringing your awareness to your diaphragm. And then picturing it in your mind's eye. So as we breathe in, you can feel it pressing down. As we exhale, with a little bit of effort, you can feel it rising. about 3 more rounds like that. Beautiful. Whenever you feel ready, coming back to your natural breath. And then just noticing any shift, noticing how you feel. And then practicing gratitude. What in this moment do you feel grateful for? You might picture it in your mind's eye. You get that felt sense. And then setting an intention for our practice. And then from here, just offering any movement. Notice what in your body wants to move after you might have been still for a bit. Nice. And so we can start on our backs today. But of course, you do what works for you at all times, right? You might want a couple of blocks for the practice, perhaps a strap or bathrobe tie or band. And once you come down to the ground, if that's where you are, just noticing how this feels. You might bend into your knees, which supports the lower back. Maybe even heel toe your feet out a little bit and let the knees fall in together. Let the chest get wide, the shoulders drop. And start scanning through your body, noticing any areas that might feel a little bit tense, holding, gripping. Nice. And then we can draw the knees in. You're bringing your hands to your knees, and we'll just circle here, bringing the knees far apart and back together. And reversing that. Beautiful. And then we can bring our feet up to the sky, our hands to the sky. We're just rolling through our joints, our ankles, wrists, opening and closing your hands, fingers, scrunching your toes. And bend into your knees and lengthen. Nice. And then you might take opposite elbows here with the elbows up towards the sky. And just circling so we could get a little bit more into the shoulders. And reversing that circle. Beautiful. And let's hug the right knee in. Left leg could go long. If that doesn't feel good in your back, then just bend that left knee with your foot on the ground. So giving a little hug here. Maybe your hands are at your shin, or maybe they're behind the knee. Beautiful. Let's inhale that left leg all the way up to the sky, engaging from your toes all the way to the hips. So you'll feel your quadricep nice and engaged here. On the exhale, slowly lowering down. Nice. You might do that one or two more times. Again, everything is optional. You do what works for you, leave behind what doesn't. Beautiful. Let's send the right leg long to join the left as you're ready. Reaching the arms back, taking a full body stretch. And then we'll draw the left knee in. Right leg could be long, or of course you could have your knee bent to support the lower back. Nice. And then option to inhale that right leg, right foot all the way up to the sky, engaging the quadriceps, all your muscles. Exhale, slowly lowering down. We're also strengthening the hip flexor. Do that one or two more times. That felt interesting. Beautiful. Releasing the right leg down, left leg could join it. Once again, reaching the arms back. Nice full body stretch. A deep inhale. Long exhale. Beautiful. And once again, we'll bend into our knees, feet on the ground. We'll come into our figure four. So right ankle to the left thigh. If this doesn't feel good here, you can bring a block underneath your left foot, or you can rest your foot on a chair. Next option, draw the legs in. Maybe bring your hands interlaced behind your left thigh or use a strap. Flexing into your right foot. Breathing in. Breathing out. Noticing any sensations in the right hip. Maybe letting the exhale create a little more space, softening. Nice, let's bring that left foot down. And then option to let the legs, just like this in this figure four, just fall to the left. You might land your right foot on a block, or it might feel fine to let it land on the ground. Maybe reaching the right arm out to the side. You might turn your head to the right. Notice if you're gripping through your hips, the pelvis, the legs. See what you can soften. Beautiful. Draw the legs back to center and then just switch it. So right foot comes down, left ankle to the right thigh. And again, if it feels right for you, drawing the legs in, maybe bringing your hands or a strap behind your right thigh. Breathing into the left hip. bring that right foot down if it's lifted. And same option, letting the legs fall to the right. So maybe you have a block under your left foot, or maybe it feels fine to land on the ground. Might reach the left arm out to the side, perhaps turning the head, and then releasing any grip, any tightening, the lower body. Nice. And then we can bring that back to center, uncrossing the legs. And if you happen to have a strap nearby or anything like that, we can send that right foot up to the sky. So getting into our hamstrings, bringing it around the ball of your right foot. Left knee could be bent or long, whatever feels appropriate, again, in your lower back. So finding length here. It's not about where you bring your leg, it's just getting that stretch wherever that is. Notice if the shoulders are starting to inch their way up, they can release down. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice. Let's just bring that right leg a little bit to the left, not very far, so the right hip stays grounded here. Now for me, I get a much deeper sensation when I do this. Deeper stretch, more along the side, behind the knee. Beautiful. And then bringing it back to center. Maybe curling the toes down a little if there's space to be had. And then if you are using a strap, you might release that. And let's bend and lengthen. Release any stress in the knee. And then we can circle the whole right leg, maybe doing some cars, that controlled movement. So drawing the right knee in and then opening the right leg out to the side a bit. So the hip is open as you press that right foot down. Toes start to turn towards the sky and then pulling the knee back in. And then reversing that. So beautiful for the hip joint. Just making sure that you stay away from pain. You're not moving into pain here. Right? So if there's any areas in the hip that doesn't feel good, move around it. And take one more full set of this. Beautiful. And then with your left hand, you might draw that right knee a little bit towards the left shoulder. Nice. And then we can release that down. I love coming into a tree on the ground. So bringing that sole of your right foot to the inside of your left leg anywhere. Doesn't matter where. And letting that right knee just settle, feeling the hips open. Let the shoulders open. Nice. And then we could slide that right leg long. Notice the difference of the two legs. And then sending the left foot up to the sky. And once again, if you want support for your lower back here, then bend into that right knee with your foot on the ground. Checking in with your shoulders, that they're wide. Noticing the difference of the two legs here. Does this side feel more spacious? Does it feel a little bit tighter? For me, it feels tighter. And really also noticing what your body does when it does feel tighter. I can feel that right away start to build up in my upper back and shoulders, and I have to remind myself to create some space, soften. Beautiful, and then bringing your left leg just a little bit across the midline, not much, without lifting the left hip. So just a little bit towards the right. You might turn your head from side to side. Nice, and then bringing the left leg back. Maybe drawing the toes down a little more if there's space. And we can release that strap, putting that aside, and then bending and lengthening a few times. We can do our hip cars on this side. So with that left knee bent, opening it out to the left side, pressing the left foot away, starting to close the hip by turning the toes towards the sky and pulling the knee in, and then reversing that. Body stays grounded, nothing else is moving. You might take one more set. Beautiful. And then from here, we'll come right into bridge pose. So bending into the knees, feet on the ground. And feel free to use a block between the thighs if you like. I usually use it on the second level. Just trying to line up your femur with your hips, right? And then pressing into your feet, feeling all four corners of your feet as we lift up the hips. Noticing that the pelvis, we don't want it to fall forward. So squeezing into the glutes. Feel like you're drawing your feet towards you. Full breath in. Long breath out. You might slowly release the back down as you do, reaching the arms back, opening up through the chest, and then we'll flow. So bringing the arms back down, option to lift the hips. Finding your pace, just moving with your breath. Beautiful. Next time the hips are up towards the sky, option to stay there or lower them down. You might walk your shoulder blades in towards each other, maybe even interlacing your fingers. You might even come up on your toes if that's interesting. Nice full deep breath in. On the exhale, coming down one vertebra at a time, decompressing the spine. Beautiful. Once your spine completely lands, we'll do just a couple of tilts. So tilting the pelvis forward, pouring it back towards you. Nice. And we can release that. If you have a block, you can put that aside. Let's just stack the knees right up over the hips. Feel the core engage. And as the core engages, we're going to press that lower back into the earth. Hands up to the sky. Nice. Option to either keep the knees bent, touching the right toes down, reaching the left arm back, or you can lengthen that right leg as we slowly pull it all back into reverse table. And left leg goes long or bent knee, right arm reaches back, and we come back. We're just moving along with your breath. For me, I inhale as I extend because that kind of puffs up my lower back. There's no right or wrong here. I breathe into my lower back. I exhale as I come in, but again, find what works for you. And take one more set. Beautiful. And we can draw the knees in nice and wide, rock it side to side, give your lower back a nice massage. And then we can come on up to a seated position. Feel free to roll along your spine and come up and play, or maybe you roll to your side and press your way up. So find what works for you. And then we'll find a comfortable seat. You can sit up on a block or a blanket or nothing, just where you feel supported in your lower back, your body. Let's just start to roll into the shoulders, bringing any movement to your head, to your neck. Reverse that motion. Nice. And then just releasing that. Let's circle our body. Now your legs don't have to be crossed. They could be open. They could be behind you in hero's pose. And then reversing that. Also be sitting on a chair. Nice. And then finding that nice long spine. Beautiful. Just give our ears a little massage. Just holding on to the bottoms, pulling and tugging, releasing the fascia. Reversing that. Nice, letting that go. And let's just interlace our fingers, making fist here and just a little bit of an infinity movement. Beautiful. And we can let that go. And closing your hands. Nice. Let's ground the left hand. Maybe it's on the ground or a block. Reaching the right arm up and over. And really pressing this right sit bone into the earth or support that's beneath you. So creating lots of length and sense of space here in this right lung, rib cage. Beautiful. You might turn down towards the earth, wrapping the shoulder around, looking towards your left hand. On the inhale, opening up, drawing the right shoulder back. Let's do that one or two more times. Beautiful. And then next inhale, we can sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus, elbows out, drawing the shoulder blades together. Nice, and then let's bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. If that doesn't work, grab a strap, dropping the hands down towards the earth. We'll bring the chin in a bit. Full breath in, long breath out. On the next inhale, sweeping the arms all the way back up. Exhale, right hand to the right side as we reach the left arm over. Again, letting that left sit bone ground. Feeling the expanse of the rib cage through the left lung. Option to turn down towards the earth, towards your right hand. That shoulder wraps around. Inhale, opening the chest towards the sky, drawing the shoulder back. Maybe doing this 1 or 2 more times. Really engaging from your hip all the way up through the entire shoulder girdle. Beautiful. Letting the next inhale sweep the arms up. Palms touch, and we'll drop right into the heart space. Nice. If you are sitting cross-legged, just putting the opposite leg in front, just to give our hips some equal love. And then maybe bringing the hands in front of you. Nice long spine here. And the gaze is sort of down, so we're not lifting up the chin. And you might walk your hands out a little bit more. Find your edge. Find what feels appropriate in your body. Some might like to come all the way down. Some might stay with that long spine. That might feel better in the lower back. So just listen to your body here. Perhaps walking your hands towards the left. Maybe placing your right hand on top of your left. Walking your hands towards the right. Maybe bringing the left hand on top of the right. And coming back to center. Start to walk the hands back towards you. Let the shoulders slide down. And coming all the way up. Nice, bringing the fingertips to our shoulders. We're doing some big circles backwards with our elbows. Nice, sweeping the arms all the way up. Palms touch. Let's bring the hands to the heart space. And then from here, we're going to keep our hands together. You might even take this right hand and just turn it a little so the fingertips are facing away. And the left hand's going to start to press those hands away. We're going to lengthen the left arm as we start to look off towards our left. Shoulders slide down. Just finding your end range here, feeling into the stretch. Beautiful. Let's bring it back to center, and then we'll take that to the opposite side. So I'm going to take my left fingers, facing them forward a little bit, pressing with my right hand away, turning your head towards the right a bit. Maybe the eardrops. For some, that doesn't feel good at all. So listen to your body here. Beautiful. Let's bring that back to center. Sweep the arms all the way up. Full breath in. Exhale, draw to the heart. Nice. From here, we can come into a tabletop. I'm going to come off my block. So knees beneath the hips, wrists under the shoulders. And take a full breath in, letting the belly drop. The heart reaches forward, but we're only looking towards the edge of the mat. We're not reaching the head up. On the exhale, rounding through the spine, head drops. And then just moving with your breath. You can have a blanket underneath your knees if this doesn't feel good to your knees. Beautiful. And finding a neutral spine, we'll inhale the right arm all the way up to the sky. On the exhale, threading the right hand behind the left wrist. Feel like you're giving something away off to your left. And then inhale back up. And then exhaling, right hand comes down. Take that to the other side. Inhaling the left hand up. Pressing the earth away with your right. On the exhale, threading the left hand behind the right. And then we'll inhale back up again. And exhale down. Beautiful. Option here to, let's extend the right leg long, tucking the toes. Sliding the shoulders down, just kind of pulse into the right ankle, right heel. A little stretch here. Nice. And then option to let that right leg float, really gathering in through the belly. So we're not dumping down here. Really light on the wrists. If this doesn't feel good, bring your leg down. And of course, option to let the left arm float. Full breath in, long breath out. Nice. Let's bring that left hand down. If it was lifted, bending into the right knee, making very intentional circles with the right leg. Like getting into that largest joint, the hip, reversing that. Beautiful. From here, we can step that right foot forward. So we're in a low lunge. You're welcome to take some blocks here. Finding some space. Also have your hands on a chair here. Stay right here, or maybe come on up. You might sweep the arms up, checking in with your pelvis here, sending the tailbone down. You might bring your fingers behind your head, elbows out to the side, heart lifts. Beautiful. Let's sweep the arms down. We're going to just take a little bit of a tilt forward. So just a hinge at the hips. And then as we press our right foot, right leg into the earth, we'll sweep the arms up. On the exhale, once again, a little hinge forward, arms can sweep back. So really engaging this whole right leg. Inhale back up. And one more time. So we've got balance, we've got strength, got movement. Beautiful. From here, we can send the hips back, lengthen through this right leg. Maybe you take blocks with you, right toes towards the sky. You might keep a flat back here, hinging at the hips, Or if it feels good in your body to round, do that. Grounding the left hand, inhaling the right arm up to the sky, big stretch. Beautiful. Right hand can come down. Coming back into our low lunge. Nice. If you have blocks, you might grab them as we tuck the left toes. And we're going to send the hips up and back. Pyramid pose. Shoulders slide down. Check in with your right hip. You might pull it back a little bit. Just notice what feels right here. On the exhale, let's lower the left knee down. And then send the hips back. Inhale forward to low lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Beautiful. We'll come back to our lunge, and we'll just switch it out. So right knee can come down. Now move the block, sending the left leg back, tucking the toes, and just pulsing into that left ankle, left heel, shoulders slide down. Nice. You could stay right here, or option to lift that left leg, really gathering in through the belly. So we're light on our hands and wrists. Making sure the chest isn't sinking through. Maybe the right arm floats. Beautiful. You can release the right hand down if it's lifted, and then some intentional circles with the left leg. Perhaps reversing them. Nice. And once again, we can step that left foot forward, maybe grabbing blocks or a chair if that feels right. Sliding the shoulders down. Just noticing how this feels in your body. Making any adjustments to it. You can always take this in a chair. Beautiful option to come on up. You might sweep the arms up. Soft shoulders. Option to bring the hands down, maybe behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Again, engaging your left foot, left leg. You might take a little bit of a hinge here. Gaze is down. Beautiful. Breathing in. Just taking the side a little bit differently. Breathing out. Still getting that engagement, that strength. Let's sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, back up. And then bringing the hands back to the ground or to blocks. Send the hips back, lengthening through the left leg. You can bring your blocks with you if you're using them. Notice if your body wants to melt over, or if you want a long back with a hinge at the hips. No right or wrong, just see what you're looking for here. Perhaps grounding the right hand, reaching the left arm to the sky. Beautiful. And bring the forward as we come into our low lunge again. Maybe they're on blocks. Option to tuck the right toes this time and send the hips up and back, pyramid pose. Check in with your left hip. You might draw it back a little bit. Checking with your hamstrings. Full breath in. Long breath out. So find a little flow as we drop the right knee. Exhale, press the hips back. Inhale to low lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, we drop that right knee. Find your own pace. Exhale, sending the hips back. Inhaling low lunge. And perhaps back to that pyramid. Beautiful. Let's all meet back in our low lunge. You can take the left knee, have it meet up with the right. Maybe finding a child's pose here. So sending the hips back towards the heels. Might soften down. And the next inhale, lift you up into our tabletop. We're going to find our way into downward facing dog. You might want to take it on a chair, on a wall, or maybe on the ground. Tucking the toes and sending the hips up and back. Or again, your hands could be on a wall or a chair. You can pedal it out here. Lengthening the spine. Sending the shoulders down. Let's walk our feet towards our hands. You might find a softness in your knees here, maybe taking opposite elbows. If it doesn't feel good to have your head below your heart, then just bend into your knees and rest your forearms on your thighs. Beautiful. Let's find a halfway lift. So lengthening through our legs with a hinge. The spine is parallel with the earth. Shoulders are open. Nice. And bend into the knees, lifting the heart here. Let's sweep the arms all the way up. We'll come to a tall mountain. Put your feet on the ground. Palms touch. We'll draw it right into the heart space. Again, let's sweep the arms all the way up. On the exhale, we can dive down. Feel free to bend the knees or not, whatever works for you. Find that half lift again. Softening down. And sweep it back all the way up. Tall mountain. Maybe hooking thumbs, reaching off to your right. And come back to center, switching the hooking of your thumbs and bending off to your left. Beautiful. Coming back to center, hands to the heart space. And just again, ground yourself. Find what's your center. Feel the earth beneath you. Beautiful. From here, you might, if your eyes are closed, you might open them. We'll do a little balance. So we can start with lifting the right knee. Feel free to hold onto a wall or a chair. Option to lifting the right knee and maybe having the arms out, or maybe drawing it in as we do as we're on our spine, as we started the practice. And if you are really opening up through the chest, so we're not rounding into this, find length through the left side. Beautiful. And if you are holding your knee or underneath your knee, that's always an option for some that doesn't feel good to contract the knee like that. Just letting it go. We're going to bring that foot back behind us so the knee is facing down. And then squeezing it in towards the glute. If you'd like to catch it with your right hand, you can do that. Or maybe just that act of squeezing it, you might get more out of that. Whatever works here. Beautiful. And then a little movement, circling. Nice. Maybe pressing the foot away, lengthening. And we'll bring that right foot down, shake it out, a little bouncing. Nice. And then same with the other side. So inhaling the left knee up. You might open up the heart here. Hands might be out to your side. You can hold on to anything. And then option to draw the knee in. Really feeling that stretch and that strength. The right hip flexor. Perhaps releasing the hold, letting the knee come down towards the earth. You might squeeze it in towards your left glute. You might catch your foot, getting a stretch in the left quad. Maybe bringing that foot back. And then option to lengthen the left leg out in front or underneath you. And letting it go. Bringing it down. Let's do a little twirling, whirling. Nice. Lift your heels as we do this. Beautiful. And then come back to our center, our Tadasana. Feel your feet on the ground, all four corners. Open the heart. Core is gently engaged. Shoulders are nice and wide. Beautiful. Find the softness in our knees and step the right foot back. We'll drop that right heel and just finding our warrior one. Again, tailbone towards the earth. You can keep your hands at your hips on a chair or to the sky. And as we did in low lunge, a little bit of a hinge. You might bring the arms back like we're taking off, engaging through the left leg. On the inhale, we can sweep that back up. And we'll take one more hinging forward. Beautiful. And then options from here, you could step your right foot forward and be back in your Tadasana, or maybe bring your hands to blocks or the ground, pressing off of that right foot, and coming into a perhaps supported warrior three. So lifting the right leg, the toes are facing down. So good for our bones. Gaze is down. Beautiful. And then we can bring that right foot down to meet the left. Nice. Bending into our knees, let's press it all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Softness in the knees as we step the left foot back, and we'll find our warrior one on this side. So bending into the right knee. Hands might be at the hips, the sky. Again, option to hinge forward, bringing the arms back, creating that long line from your left heel to the crown of your head. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, hinging forward. Nice. Then you choose. You can step the left foot forward, being at the top of your mat, or bringing your hands down to the earth or blocks. Finding that warrior three, could be supported or not. Left toes towards the ground. Beautiful. Let's bring that left foot down to meet the right. Finding that half lift. And softening down. Beautiful. From here, we could step it back to tabletop. We could step it back to plank pose, wherever you want to go. So you can bring the knees down. You can keep the knees up. We'll play here. Notice what your body wants to do. And we'll come down to our bellies. So if the knees are up, you might drop them first, or you might hug the elbows in and come all the way down. Untucking the toes on the inhale, lifting up the heart. Cobra. Exhale down. Perhaps two more. You might turn your head side to side. Softening down. Take one more. And releasing down. Beautiful. You can stay right here and rest for a moment. Or if you like child's pose, maybe pressing the hips back and softening into child's. Nice. And as you're ready, we're going to slowly find our way back onto our backs. I'll just fix the screen. Nice. Right. Hug your knees in, maybe rocking side to side. And then option here, you can bring your legs up right from here, or if you'd like to use a block or pillow or blanket under the sacrum, whatever works for you. Coming in that supported bridge pose. And maybe sending the feet all the way up. You can take any stretches or movement you want from here, or hang out in this restorative space, letting all the fluids drain. So good for our bodies, our minds. our nervous system. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. If it's right for you to bring your feet down, then do that. You might remove whatever is beneath you. Maybe letting the knees fall side to side, cactusing the arms, little windshield wipers. And just checking in with your body. Is there any stretch, any shape, movement you'd like to take? Just feel free. And then finding your way into your Shavasana. What would serve you here? You might lay flat. You might bring a pillow under your knees, your legs up a wall. And cover yourself. Really into that grounding. Letting your body get heavy. Softening all the muscles around your eyes, your jaw. Your shoulders, your belly. Your heart. And just be. As you are ready, coming back to your breath, body, your heart. Bring any gentle movements. If it serves you, perhaps rolling to your left or right side, and taking that moment to drop in. Just being in that experience. Slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position. I invite you to close your eyes or have a soft gaze, perhaps bringing your hands to your heart space, offering yourself love, compassion, and so much gratitude for taking this time for you and sharing your practice with us. The light in me honors the light in you. I hope you have a beautiful day today. Namaste. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you. Have a really nice day. Enjoy the sunshine
Thank
wherever
you,
you
Cynthia. I thank you, Cynthia. Bye, everyone. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
You too.
Bye.
Be well.
Bye-bye.
Take care.